Hi, and welcome to A Better Place. Today we will be continuing with our topic of education as we continue and bring you part 2 with the Charlotte Brookson Academy. Stay tuned, we will be right back. Hi, and welcome back to A Better Place. As I mentioned in the introduction, today we will be continuing our discussion with the Charlotte Brookson Academy. Today we have visiting us none other than a very special student, Mr. Kai Latouche, and also the director of the Charlotte Brookson Academy, Ms. Judith Bell. Kai, welcome to A Better Place, and Ms. Bell, welcome to A Better Place.
Thank you.
Kai, you've been asked to represent the school in this interview to give us your experience thus far as a student at the Charlotte Brookson Academy. So tell me, how has it been for you thus far?
It's been very good because I wasn't getting as much hands-on at my old school.
Okay, and when you say hands-on, what does that really mean?
If I didn't understand something, the teachers would take more time to explain it.
So if you don't understand something in your current school, they take more time and they explain you.
Yes.
Okay, and you chose to come to this school, right?
Yes.
Why?
Because I heard about it. My grandmother told me about it, about the learning experience, and in my other school, my math wasn't as good.
Okay, but are you musically inclined in any way? Because I know that this academy provides the music arts and the visual arts and stuff like that. Which one would you say is what makes you more keen to this type of learning situation?
Music.
Music? What do you like about music?
I like the notes and the way of playing it because sometimes my grandmother used to teach me at home.
Which particular instrument do you like?
Piano.
Piano. So you can play the piano?
Yes.
Do you get piano lessons in school, or how
I
does
used
that
to
work?
get it in my old school.
Okay. So Miss Bell, Kai is talking about his experience as far as the school. He said he likes music. So how does that work really now at the school? Is he going to be able to specialize later on in the school in music if that's what he's fond of? And how does that work?
Yes, right now it's mandatory that they take all the performance arts subjects.
Okay.
But as the school grows and then we have more classes, then it's going to be a little bit difficult to have everyone take every class available. So I would say probably in their third year attending the school, they can select 2 performance arts programs, classes that they're interested in. So if Kai wants to pursue the music and another class interests him as well, then those are the 2 classes that he would focus on, as well as all the other students.
Right, so that would be then 10th grade, or would that be 9th?
That would be 9th grade.
9th
Yes,
grade.
yes.
So their first 2 years is basically an
Everything.
introduction to everything?
Yeah, because also, like Kai, a lot of these children have not been exposed to the performance arts. They haven't had the experience with dance classes and music lessons and so on. So we want them to be exposed to all because they may find that they didn't even know they liked dance. When we first started, it was interesting to see the boys, you know, in the dance classes. But today, as I had told you, we had our performance in a couple of the schools and at the St. Martin's Home, and the boys were there involved, and they actually love it. So we want them to be exposed and let them really know what their interests are, what their likes are, because they may not know that they really are good at something unless you give them the opportunity to experience it.
Right.
Yeah.
And Kai, I understood that the hours here at this school are really long. I mean, you start at 7:30 and you go home at 5. How do you cope with that?
It's not that hard, but my mom helps me after school with my homework, and we get homework lessons during class time.
Okay, so you don't have any hour where you can actually work on your work in school, or you just have to, it's homework, so you just do it at home? How does that work?
We get homework in the morning from most teachers, but right before our performance arts, that we have an hour to do our homework,
Okay.
and we also, if we finish our homework, the teachers can also help us with stuff we don't understand.
Okay, So you said earlier that you were struggling a bit with math. How is that going now?
It's going way better than before because I've been sitting down with the math teacher and she's been helping me a lot.
So that one-on-one really helps.
Yes.
So now you can see that your math has improved quite a bit.
Yes.
And is that a essential part of your program, that the kids get extra help in subjects that they're weak in?
Yes, that's built into our curriculum. They actually get an hour of tutorial assistance. So if there's, for example, a child that is doing well in everything, then that hour they can do their homework. But if they're struggling, say, in the math, like Kai was, then he goes to the math teacher during that hour and he gets additional help in the math or whatever class they're struggling in. So it's part of our program. It's built right in. Yeah, which is nice. And it helps them too, so that we are aware that they do go till 5 o'clock. So we try not to load them down with homework when they get home, because by the time they get home and have something to eat and so on, it's a long day, and we're quite aware of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Kai, explain to me what is your typical one day at Charlotte Brookson Academy?
First we get to school, we have breakfast, and then we have math. Miss Douglas helps us with it if we don't understand during that time, sometimes if we finish it early. Then we have our break. Some people do some of their homework that we got that day from math or language during the break, and then they go to my class goes to the language after that. Then we have Dutch or geography, depending on the day. After that, we normally get our lunch. Then we have either science or geography, depending on the day. And then we have our tutoring, and then we have our performance arts.
And do you think that that's a better way to learn, that you have the academic subjects like in the early part of the day, and then in the afternoon you do all of the, what kids would consider the fun stuff?
Yes.
You think that works better with your brain?
Yes.
Okay, I think so too. So what else about the Charlotte Brookson Academy you like a lot?
I like visual arts and health ed.
Health ed. I know you mentioned that a lot. Why is it? Why is it that you like health ed that much?
Because I've really been doing better in it. Because before in midterm, I had a low grade and I brought it up even higher than before.
So now it's becoming one of your better subjects.
Yes.
Okay. So Miss Bell, he seems to be very much.
I'm
you know-
surprised he hasn't talked too much about the food.
Oh.
Because, yes, because we provide breakfast when the children come, as Kai mentioned, but also we provide a hot lunch every day. And these kids can eat. And then after the tutorial class that Kai spoke about, they do have an afternoon snack before they get into the performance arts
So
subjects.
you basically provide them with 3 meals.
Yes,
in
well,
the
2
day.
meals and then the afternoon snack.
2 meals and then
Yes.
the snack.
Yes.
And this is all incorporated into their school fee. They don't have to pay
Yes.
any extras.
No, no,
Okay. Well, since we just briefly touched on school fee,
yes.
is it like the regular fee, like other subsidized schools, or is it
Yes.
like a private school fee you charge?
No, it is like a government school. We have 700 guilders tuition for the year. We do have a 200 guilder book fee for the year, but that also provides them with the material they need for music, for the IT class, and so on. And that's it. We have kept it very low because we want it to be affordable for everyone. We're not just
So that's your
appealing
yearly
to-
fee. So if
that's our
if a
yearly
parent
fee.
wanted to pay it monthly, can they? If that's more feasible for them?
We really ask that they do it, at the beginning of the year, yeah. And we didn't even have anyone come and discuss that with us, because the fee is so low, and it is what other high schools charge too, that wasn't even an issue. They were actually thrilled that their child is going from 7:30 in the morning till 5, having breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack provided with an hour of tutorial class every day built in, and the performance arts subjects, they were thrilled that we kept it that affordable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Kai, I want to thank you so much for joining us here on A Better Place. I want to wish you continued success in your different subjects. And of course, I know you're looking forward to another 5 exciting years at the Charlotte Brookson Academy, so good luck.
Thank you.
So unfortunately, we have to take a break. Stay tuned, we will be right back.
For those topsy-turvy nights, a diaper that suits your baby. Huggy Snug and Dry with all new leak lock. Absorbs faster to help stop leaks. Parenthood, chaotically beautiful. Enjoy it.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, Saba, and Statia, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering.
Hi, and welcome back to A Better Place. We will now continue our discussion with another student, Ms. Leanne Borsha, as well as Ms. Judith Bell. Leanne, welcome to A Better Place. So you heard or you sat through the part with Kai, so you heard some of the questions. How does it feel to be going to this new academy?
It feels kind of special because you're the first class that will graduate from the Charlotte Brookson Academy, and it's a very different school than other schools.
Okay. And were you the one to ask your parents to come? How did you learn about the Charlotte Brookson Academy?
Well, my mom heard it from one of her friends, and my mom told me a lot about it, and I was really interested because it also had performing arts and everything.
Okay. So your experience thus far, are you enjoying? Is it what you expected? Tell me
Yeah.
about your experience thus far.
Well, it's what I expected because I know you would have to do lots of work since it's also a long day, and not all schools have it till 5.
Okay. And when I was speaking to Kai, I asked him which one of the performing arts was his favorite. He said music. What about you?
Well, mine are visual arts and dance. I like those because you can really express yourself a lot in them.
So do you paint as a hobby?
Yeah,
You do?
yeah.
So you have experience with this? Have you ever had classes in painting before?
Yeah, I have, but not like really like how we have now.
Okay. So Ms. Bell, we're going to come back to you.
Okay.
So you heard from Leanne, another student, testifying to, her enjoyment at the school. She said it feels special because she would be one of the first students because they are the initial group to start at the Charlotte Brookson Academy. How many grades do you have?
We actually go from 7th grade up to 12th grade, so we are a 6-year high school as opposed to the 5-year that most of the schools on our island are.
Okay.
So that's nice because sometimes, you have kids finishing at 16, a little bit too young to leave, to go off to another country and all. So that extra year helps them prepare for college and really gets them ready and, one more year to mature and be independent and more responsible. So it's nice.
I know we talked about this in our first interview we did when you were introducing the Charlotte Brookson Academy. But just to refresh our memory a bit, what particular testing method are you using in order for these kids when they're finished here to move on to college?
We're actually going to be giving them the CXC exams as well as the SATs because a lot of our students, I think, will probably go on to the United States or even Holland or in Europe because our goal at the Charlotte Brookson Academy, as you know, is to get every one of our students off to college or a university or a performance arts institute. That was one of the reasons why the founder, Julianne Augusti, and myself did so much research and visited performance arts schools in the United States previously to this so that we could make the connection to those schools. So that in the event any of our students want to attend the Juilliard School, the Juilliard School is well aware of St. Martin now. We visited them, and also the Charlotte Brookson Academy. Also, the Alvin Ailey Dance School in New York we visited, as well as the Greater Hartford School of the Performance Arts.
And these are all high schools, with the exception of
The Juilliard and the
Juilliard?
Alvin Ailey are not high schools.
Okay.
They are, the Alvin Ailey School is actually one of the top dance schools in the world. And of course, the Juilliard School, also in New York,
Right.
is one of the, world-renowned
You know, I know
performance
Juilliard from
arts.
the
Yes,
movie Fame.
Exactly,
I mean, who doesn't
exactly.
know of it? I mean, if you've seen Fame, you've heard the name.
Exactly,
Right.
yes, so.
So you have affiliations with all of these schools,
We
basically?
visited them, we made us known to them, so that hopefully too, I know we did apply to one funding agency, I don't know how that's going, but our goal too is to take our students on field trips abroad to visit these schools. So as I said, if they don't want to go to college, but they want to have a career in performance arts, our goal is to help them get to that point and make it available for them.
Leon, let's get back to you. So I know you a while already, and I know that you're an excellent dancer. So how does it feel now actually getting to, incorporate one of your loves, one of your hobbies in your daily curriculum at school?
Well, it's nice because I get to do more of it. Because after school at 5, I go straight to dance till like 7:30.
And that's every day?
Yeah.
And do you get your dance class in school every day as well, or how does that work?
Well, some days we'll have dance or theater arts and music and visual arts.
So it's like every other day dance?
Yeah.
Okay, and I know Ms. Bell just said that right now your classes are here at the university. How does it feel getting classes in a regular classroom setting opposed to actually dancing at the dance studio?
Well, it's different because you don't really have the mirrors or the floors, so it's most probably you slip more, but it's nice still.
But do you have to put on the same attire that you use when you're dancing, or how does that work? Explain it to me.
Well, not as yet, but we will. For now, we're just wearing our CBA shirts, our T-shirts, and our PE pants.
Okay, and then you have to wear a particular shoe,
Um,
sneakers. What do you
Oh, we
dance
take our
in?
shoes off, but if you wear sneakers, it has to be fully black.
Okay. Anything else you want to share with us concerning your experience at CBA?
No.
I mean, I know just like Kai, you're coming from a different school. So let's say if you were to compare it, you said you have longer hours here, which is, I think, right now, the Charlotte Brookson Academy has the longest hours. How does it feel? Because I don't know until what time your previous school was, but how does it feel now going to school from 7:30 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon? Are you feeling tired at a particular point in the day? Would you wish that, you could go home and sleep? Let's hear about that.
Well, sometimes I do feel tired, but like after some classes in the afternoon, we kind of wake up a little to go to our performing arts classes.
Yeah, see, because I asked Kai that, if it makes a difference having those classes in the afternoon instead of, you having part in the morning and then, you're doing the academics. And he said, of course, it's better having them in the afternoon. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, anything you want to share with us before we go to a break?
Nope.
No, not really? What about you, Ms. Bell?
No, Leanne, though, I have to say, most of our children had no experience in dance or music. Leanne was an exception. So, I think she has to be a little more tolerant of those that have had no experience, and she
Right.
handles it quite well. She really
Anyone
does.
else in your class that has had dance before?
Yeah, 2 girls. in my
Only 2?
class, yeah.
Okay, well, Leanne, I want to thank you for having been a part of A Better Place, and I want to wish you much success throughout your next 5 years at the Charlotte Brookson Academy. And of course, I'm going to wish you success in your dance career as well. Stay tuned, we will be right back.
Man, I'm supposed to take my girl out to dinner this weekend. I'm so broke, man.
Man, I used to have those same problems, you know. But since I got my whip company card, when I take my lady out, I even get something back, you know.
Get something back. But you're a lucky fella.
I take your mind out the gutter, man. What I mean is, with whip company I get back 1% on every purchase I make. With this card, I can spend in guilders and use it throughout the Netherlands and Tilly's. Instead of paying 1% of the dollar credit card, man, I get 1% back on every purchase I make at the end of the year.
What? I gotta get myself a company on card.
Man, but let's go.
Let me go.
Man, now my lady's birthday gonna be a real celebration.
At least now with Whip Compaleon, I know you're gonna get something back.
The Web Compaleon credit card with limits as low as 500 guilders. You don't have to walk with cash and it is accepted by practically all businesses. The Web Compaleon is the first guilder credit card that can be afforded by anyone.
Hi, and welcome back to A Better Place. So, Ms. Bell, we've had two very lovely students from your school testify to their experience here at the Charlotte Brookson Academy. But I have one or two more questions for you pertaining to the school.
Okay.
Will you be having performances for the general public in the near future, and how do you plan to go about that?
Yes, our goal is to have performances as fundraisings also for the school,
Right.
because as you know, they get meals here, and it's quite a lot to feed these kids. They eat quite well. They have very hearty appetites. So we are going to have some performances coming up that will be fundraisings for the Charlotte Brookson Academy. Yes.
Okay. And I heard you talk earlier about the students performing at the two different schools,
Yes.
campuses,
Yes.
and also for the senior citizens.
Yes.
Were they, are they already performing also musically, or were they just dancing?
Today they were just dancing. They had been, we had Andrew Martin, who was originally our dance instructor. He's the entertainment director of the Maho Sinesta Hotel Group, and he got very busy being now that it's season for the tourism season. So he got very busy, and he could not continue working at the school, unfortunately. And so he left, and he was in the middle of actually doing a fundraising performance for us for Christmas, but then we had to scratch that. Luckily, we got Arlene Harley of the Motions Dance School, Clara Reyes of Valley involved in the school, and we're thrilled to have them. And so they're also going to be working with us now, and so they'll be helping us with the performances for the future too.
Oh, great. And we talked about the school fee earlier, and how is the funding coming along? Because I'm not sure if you're completely subsidized by government as yet. How is that exactly?
We had a gift from government to get us started for this year.
Okay.
And so for the rest, it's fortunate that the Ujima residential facility is 80% actually funded by the AMFO funding agency. And so AMFO was very generous to allow us to use some of the funds for purchasing of the food. I had a project that we had completed with AMFO, and there was money that I hadn't used, and I asked them if we could purchase laptop computers for our computer lab and some office equipment such as printers and so on, and they generously granted us that privilege. So that money, we were able to equip our computer lab and our offices here at the university. So as I said, we've had tremendous support from the community, from the AMFO funding agency, from government. We have requested government subsidy for the school year 2013-2014. And the way things look right now, I think we'll be hopefully subsidized for next school year.
Well, I think it would be a great initiative for government to assist, seeing that it's really a very needed facility in St. Martin, because like I said, when you spoke about beginning this academy, that St. Martin has tremendous talent, you know, and a lot of our children would want to further their education in the arts, but because they haven't had it before, you know, they tend to just go and take the next on their list. And I think having this as a beginning is very good for the students.
One thing too that was very important to Ujima was to get our kids off the streets. You know, our first job at Ujima is to run the residential facility. And we're seeing so many of our youth just hanging out on street corners and getting into really some negative behavior. So one of the goals of this school was to give our children a place in the afternoon to be at where it's safe, where parents who are working long hours know where their kids are. And so we have met that goal. And you know, parents are so appreciative that their children are here. Ms. Lee spoke about how involved the parents are. And it's because of that appreciation they are involved as much as they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I know that the school has, you could say, now surpassed the hurdle. You have now 3 months behind of you. How has it been for the students and their grades?
Well, it's interesting because even during the midterm break, we found that a lot of our kids were very low in the math. It didn't seem to have that good foundation in math. So even during their school break, we had requested from the inspection department and the Department of Education if we could have that week to just have a math lab. And so Ms. Lee gave up her week, and for 3 hours every day, she just focused just strictly on math skills with those children that were really performing poorly, and that helped a lot. I have to tell you that our passing grade at the Charlotte Brookson Academy is 75%.
Wow.
So the children know that they have a high standard that they have to meet. And for most of them, they have met it. It is surprising that how you have seen them mature and grow and really be responsible students from August until now. It really, they have come a long way.
How are your breaks set up? Do you go on break as the regular schools?
Yes. Okay, we follow the same government calendar. It makes it easier for parents who have children in other schools as well, so that they all get the same vacation time. It makes it easier for our staff too, because they have children of their own. So it wouldn't be nice if mommy's on vacation this week and their child is on vacation in 3 weeks. So we keep it the same government calendar.
All right, well, thanks so much, Ms. Bell, for having been a part of A Better Place once again, and for bringing all of that information concerning the Charlotte Brookson Academy to the viewing audience. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And to you, the viewing audience, I would like to thank you for having been a part of Season 5 of A Better Place. Stay tuned as we bring you Season 6, and thank you so much for showing your support. I am your host, Angelique Remou.